Agent Boomer's here. I am still waiting on Wolf10Media. But I was late sending the link to him, so I'm not that mad. So, trying to think what to talk about. Okay. In Japan, this was originally titled Samurai Troopers. In the United States, it was called Ronin Warriors. And, most of our five main heroes, well, I think all of them are from well-known and respected samurai clans. And let's see, for me, it was like Sailor Moon, but with guys when I first saw this series. And, you know, to me, it was just a fun series to watch. And let's see, and there is a bunch of lore in it as well. Now we are watching the English dub, that came out in, I think it was 98. The original anime came out in 88. And and Tubi, where I'm going to be watching it from, I do have a link in the description if you would like to watch along with me. It does have it for free. There are ads involved, but you know, this is a really good show. Actually, I might do a Cyber 6 rewatch later since Tubi has that too. And we have Down Heron. Ninja Strike. Yeah, I need to upload another Samurai Warriors video soon. I might try to upload 2 tonight. Oh, and I will be continuing with my renovation of the land grab house. But as I was saying, Tubi does have the entire series. Now it does not have the OVAs, and I'm gonna say you probably can find them on YouTube. I actually do remember that's where I first watched them. Well, or at least most of them. Uh, there, I was able to find the first two in their entirety, but the third one, someone had edited it down because it was extremely long and boring. And, but and there are a few differences in the OVAs compared to the series as well. I'm still waiting on the wolf. Let me check to see if if he's read my message yet. Not yet. Hmm. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Now, I want to get through the first 5 episodes tonight, but if I don't, that'll be okay. And Janet Heron says, funny listening to wolf walkers. Hmm. Oh, yeah, and by the way, this is not sponsored by Tubi at all. I realize that I talk about this streaming service a lot, but I really do think it is a good alternative if you don't have a lot of money. Who's my favorite Ronin warrior? Ugh, let me think. Hmm. I think it's got to be Sage or Ryo. Now, obviously, you guys know I like green, and that's not the reason I like Sage, although it does help a little bit. But, he does come across as, as very wise, and he does care about people. And obviously, Ryo, you know, he is definitely the main character and the main hero of the series. And, you know, he is a bit of a hothead, but he does struggle with being a leader and making decisions. But he does keeps pressing forward, and that determination. I mean, and trust me, later in the series he does get a bit down and out, but he's able to overcome that. Let's see. Yeah, that's where I watched it too, Age Boomer. Now, a friend of mine who also watched the series actually said he watched it on Sci-Fi. Back before it was SYFY. Wait, Wolfwalkers. Uh, okay, I know it's an animation about two girls that can turn into wolves. Yeah, Toonami used to have a lot of good cartoons. I actually do remember watching Gundam Wing on there. Cardcaptor Sakura, obviously Sailor Moon, and uh, even the later seasons with where in one they were looking for pure heart crystals, and then later dream mirrors. I still actually have yet to watch Sailor Stars though. And we're 10 minutes in, and I'm still waiting on the wolf. Ugh. Yeah, Tenchi Muyo used to be good. I still say that Owl House tried to clone Ryoko. Then again, it seems like Superman, the new, let's just call it the newest Lois series, where he's basically like, like cloned Blues from Owl House to be Lois. I have no hope for that series at all. And this was before I found out one of the DreamWorks Shira writers is writing on that series. Ugh, we really can't have anything good anymore, can we? Let's see. I don't think what other shows I used to like on Toonami. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. And let's see. Hmm. Yeah, anime like is pretty much untouched by the Western Burns plague, thankfully. And at this point, I don't know what else to call it because you know we you know we we have seen so many IPs that we cherished turned into political propaganda. It is, or in some cases, they're intended to be to promote something or a certain lifestyle, and they do a horrible job at just telling a story or creating a good character. I mean, I know we hear Professor Geek talk about this quite a bit, but you know, we keep, I think it was a bit easier when they were at least trying to make their own stuff, even though their own stuff was terrible, because then we wouldn't, we didn't have to deal with it. Um, versus when they take an IP we love, like Superman or She-Ra, or even Voltron. Yeah, I'm calling out DreamWorks Voltron. It, and then they try to, change things, be it race swaps or gender swaps, or even change the character's sexuality. But it does seem like people are waking up to it, and they are being called out. So maybe we do have some hope for the future. But I think when it comes down to it, we're going to have to start making either go to anime and manga, or even other countries. Because there are a bunch of Chinese movies, and both live action and animation that are wonderful. If you ever get a chance, I think YouTube has well, you can watch White-Haired Witch for free on YouTube. Brotherhood of Blades free on YouTube. Netflix has a bunch of Asian, especially Chinese and Japanese movies and shows. You know, and, if you compare those to Western animation, I mean, who needs Raya and the Last Dragon? We got Neza, or we have White Snake, and I'm not talking about the rock star from the 80s. I mean, even though we know that some studios like Disney will censor out gay characters or gay characters for China. One series that Netflix has, The Heavenly Official's Blessing. Your main character is gay, and you don't really realize it until near the end of the series. But how it's done, yeah, I stay away from the recommendations. Usually, when I see representation matters on Netflix, unless it's a series I've already watched and I know it's actually good. No, I've not seen the Forbidden Kingdom yet. I am going to put it on my list though. Still no Wolfie. Uh, well, hmm. But anyway, in not only is that animation beautiful in it, the story and the action are amazing. Not to mention the lore, and it's only 13 episodes. Compare that to DreamWorks She-Ra. I mean, literally, you could throw that the ladder in the trash because that's right. This is a better representation movie than, well, not movie but series, than what She-Ra was promoted for, and it's not even got the title Representation Matters on Netflix. So, don't know, Wolf. Mm, I'm actually going to get started on the first episode now. I really hate start without him, but I kind of want. Well, oh well. It might if it might turn out to be like my Phantom of the Opera rewatch, where he'll pop in right in the middle. Well, or 30 minutes in. Okay. Well, if you're going to follow along with me, three, two, go. And of course, I start off with an ad. More amazing than ever. Hey, you tell. More games set plus Oxyboost for free every game played. Yes, it's on Tubi, Age Boomer.
5 fantastic battle-armored samurai. Together, they face the otherworldly forces of the evil Dynasty, calling on the spirits of ancient samurai warriors.
Can you guys hear this theme song coming from my TV?
To win against this tyranny. Heroes pushed to the limits. A struggle between good and evil. And the fate of humanity.
Okay, H. Boomer can hear it. And he hates the evil Dynasty. Okay, give me a second to adjust my volume.
Now, back to the Ronin warriors.
Okay. Okay, can you still hear it? And we start off with Evil Talpa's laugh. And a nice aerial shot of the city. I love all the details on those armors.
Grandfather. I was right. Mia, please input what I'm going to say.
Sure.
Wildfire, hard rock, torrent, halo, strata.
This is
The Dynasty. Alpha's empire has revived. The world may very well end today.
That is very ominous. Especially that computer screen. Yeah.
Julie, you'll have to make up your mind. We still have to go shopping, and then out to dinner, and then make the show. Darling.
Now, take it easy. We've got plenty of time. I wanted to pick out the one he likes.
I really like this one.
Hey, Julie!
Hey, kids, you have to pay for that first.
Okay.
Ouch.
You really ate it there.
Huh? What?
It's funny, he thought the tiger was talking.
You okay? Hey, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Hey, mister. Is that a real tiger?
Sure is.
Careful.
Son!
You mom and dad are worried. You better get back to them.
Kind of like how Ryo, just walks plays right down the middle of the road like he was a dog.
Just a minute. We have to interrupt this report to bring a special bulletin. Mike Carr joins us live from the downtown area.
I can't accept that the world is going to end.
Thanks, Debbie. This pedestrian's paradise in the city center is in near panic because of the appearance of a boy and his large white tiger. I'm pretty sure it's not Siegfried and Roy. The riot squad is controlling
Andromeda 75% off.
all warnings from the police.
Oh, grandfather,
Yes, dear.
look at this.
What are you watching?
Look on the TV. Isn't it strange?
Oh,
He just appeared.
a Ronin warrior. Oh, thank heaven. The world may yet be saved.
I'm still not 100% sure how he knew specifically how he was a Ronin warrior. It's not like white tigers aren't uncommon. I mean, obviously in the middle of the city, yes, but
White blaze.
now one thing that did bother me about this was, although it is hinted that the Ronin warriors were from another realm, that they were dressed like modern, like in modern clothing.
I must find him.
Or at least Raya was in this first episode.
You gonna push? Don't start. What's going on?
I'm sorry, but I have to borrow this.
Now later on in the series, it does make sense since they've been there a while. But I don't know, it just seemed a bit weird.
Listen to me, everyone, before it's too late. Well, come on. I'm the one you're after. Show yourselves.
Now, for the record, that is not blood on his back.
Hello there, buckethead. Finally decided to face me, huh? Ryo of the Wildfire! Yeah, should have expected that. If you came here to fight, then fight, demon.
Brave talk from a mortal boy whose world is about to end.
And I think this is the only one like that in the series that actually does talk.
Is that the best you can do? Let's try that again.
Now, keep in mind, at this point, Ryo does not have his armor on, and it's just him by himself.
That thing's got juice. Man, I better watch it.
Yeah, another thing that I'm not sure that they are from another realm is because of how they talk.
Just a taste of our power.
I think there were some Japanese books based on the series that did talk about their families.
Watch out! Oh my. Are you alright? Yeah, but what about...
Uh-oh. Now that is one painful faceplant.
She's getting green.
Out of the way, White Blaze! You stupid tiger, what are you doing? You'll just get hurt! White Blaze! White Blaze! Hey! I fit well to this world!
You guys are still hearing the sound, aren't you?
I'm Ronin of the Armor Strata. This is my friend. Heads up. Hey, buddy. Saving all the fun for yourself? Call me Kento. I'll hard rock. Justice is my reward. Up here, Buckethead. What? I'm Sai of the Torrent. Trust is my symbol. Whoa, check out Ugly. I'm Sage of the Halo. My power seeks wisdom.
Oh yeah, something else I might want to mention is although I don't remember all their families, all their last names, Ryo's last name is Sanda. If you've heard that before, you probably have heard it for the name Yukimura with it. Yukimura was a famous samurai, most known for his spear and red armor.
And when you get a big deal, you feel like a big deal.
As well as his bravery. And Sage, well,
When you're ready to
being from the Date clan,
get 60% off amazing hotels.
you might have heard of Masamune Date. I'm sure Wolf10Media and the rewatch will be correcting me on that. But he was known as the One-Eyed Dragon. The reason he was known by that is because obviously he had one eye, but I forgot how he lost it.
Whatever your money goes.
Yeah, they had morning meetings. But if you notice Sage's hairstyle, saw one of his eyes is covered. That's actually the same eye that Masamune had lost.
The crispy breadcrumbs all tied together with the warm grilled nuggets and the dressing and lemon juice. That's my favorite.
Hey, I'm Holly, and the little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's new lemon kale Caesar salad is the lemon Caesar vinaigrette. It's light, sweet, and citrusy. When it comes together, it's like the perfect balance. It's one of my favorite tastes of all time.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car.
Chick-fil-A. Man, it made me feel bad that I've got Little Caesars.
We want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
The Ronin Warriors will return.
Now, back to the
Yeah, they needed a little bit better timing on that ad. Ancient Boomer Pizza. You too, Daniel Heron.
Says when the earth is covered by a wicked dark shadow, the Ronin warriors will come to save it.
All five together. At least I won't have to hunt you down.
big talk for a tin can. Can you back it up? Eat concrete! He's mine! The bigger they are, the harder they
Wait, is that a Kodak store?
know how to hit them.
And the American flag. I know this is supposed to be somewhere in Japan. Ouch.
Let me handle this. Yeah, what do you got in mind, Ryo? You're beat.
Well, to be fair, he was doing a little bit better than you guys were together.
Oh no, their hearts
Am I
and
looking
minds
forward to
are
E3?
Listen to me. The dynasty is
A
not
little bit. I am interested to see what we're going to see. I'm actually hoping to see Final Fantasy 16, or possibly the next part of Final Fantasy 7 Remake. One thing with either of those is I'm going to need to get a PlayStation 5 for that. Oh yeah, and Samurai Warriors 5 is coming out either the end of this month or the beginning of July, so definitely got that to look forward to.
Are you afraid I'll damage my little trophies?
I'm joking.
Stop it! Okay, if you want to fight, then we will fight you. And you can bet we'll defeat you.
And this is our first transformation. Obviously, this is quite a bit different from Sailor Moon, but the concept is similar. Now, technically, we only got to see Ryo transform. The others just magically go from magically get armor.
So, you are the true Ronin warriors?
They are for real. That is mystical armor.
That armor won't be able to save you now. You are too weak.
Now, obviously, one difference between Ikimura and Ryo is their weapon. Ryo obviously has the twin katana, and this is something he keeps throughout the entire series.
I've only just begun.
Somebody get us down.
It's also kind of reminds me a little bit of Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, you know what this means. Now we have to go through him to get to them. The arrow shockwave.
Well, what Seichu said was a hint to Rowan's attack. Yeah, they're too weak right now. Especially when you consider that this first enemy is like the lowest of the low ranked. I mean, he's the equivalent of a putty in Power Rangers. And, you know, he is throwing them around like they are nothing.
We can't lose this battle without losing everything.
You wish to save them no matter how you suffer. It's too bad that you can't. You shall watch while I let that heat. Is this the power of the wildfire's armor? Dark Warlord, I have failed you.
And this is why you never get Ryo mad. It's almost as if, at this point, it's like they don't really know their true powers and what they can do.
Whoa! Ryan toasted it! Not bad, buddy. But what now?
Good catch, White Blaze.
At least they're all right. Yeah, you really wailed on that freak. Yeah, barely.
And here we get introduced to the Dark Warlords.
I've watched your battle carefully, Ronin. You barely won. You're all very weak.
Yeah, this is the leader of the Dark Warlords, Anubis.
For the combined forces of Talia. And who are you? We, small boy, are the four Dark Warlords who serve the Emperor Talpa. I am their leader, Anubis, master of cruelty. I am Kale, warlord of corruption. I'm Segment, warlord of venom. I am Deus, warlord of illusion.
Now, one thing you will notice is that all their faces are covered. And that there's only 4 of them.
I am the ruler of the Netherrealms. Now is the time that my empire shall ascend.
What's happening? Has begun. War against the Dynasty.
I reign over this world now and forever.
The Ronin warriors, thanks to the power of Ryo's armor, have won the first round in this battle against the evil Dynasty. But now that a time of mystery, terror, and darkness has begun, will the Ronin warriors have the endurance to stand together for what is to be a long and grueling war to save humanity? The Ronin warriors will
Like I said, that was supposed to be like their version of a putty in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So we really get to see these guys go from struggling against a weak enemy to, well, eventually fighting. Age Boomer says he hates the evil Dynasty. I think you already said that. Yeah. Oh well. But to eventually fighting Tulpa and even more enemies. And still no Wolf.
Five fantastic battle-armored samurai. Together, they face the otherworldly forces of the evil dynasty.
Yeah.
Calling on the spirits of ancient
The original anime was in 1988.
all five
Matthew Flynn.
superpowered fighting skills and weapons to wield against this tyranny.
Oh yeah, and there is a link for the series on Tubi. I'm starting episode 2 right now. Still no Wolf though.
Heroes push to the limits.
Oh, and it is free, so don't worry about it. Though I think there is a premium version of Tubi where you can get rid of the ads. Don't quote me on that.
The Ronin Warriors will return. Now, back to the Ronin Warriors.
I will say that this particular episode probably makes the least sense out of all of them.
It's a mess. This has got to be one of the X-Files.
Yeah, you can tell that this was dubbed in the 90s.
Greetings, warlords. I trust you are seeing to it that all is going according to plan. I will achieve dominion over this world, but it seems 5 young warriors.
Now, at this point, Talpa does not have a physical form, so he becomes off very ghostly.
Destroy. Master, we have nothing to fear from them. Once Sword struck on shore, they will be dealt with.
I don't think so. These young warriors seem to possess some greater power.
Okay. Does that frighten you?
No, I'm just cautious.
There's a fine line between caution and cowardice.
What we must do now is defeat
Enough! Well then, who will be my champion of destruction? Master Torpa, let me honor. And why are you laughing, Deus?
You underestimate them. They may prove more than a match for you.
But they are only children.
Who can transform into mystical armor.
Technically, you can too, Deus.
Silence! When you eliminate them, my powers will only increase. Master, then let me have the honor of being the one to strike them down.
Yeah, Anubis is very overconfident.
If you wish it so much. Behold! The key to their assured destruction. You can be certain they will try to protect her. Without question, she can be used to our.
I actually would go with the kid, but I think it is where Mia does have this information about the armor. And knows quite a bit about the dynasty. Or at least the legends via her grandfather.
I never knew the Dynasty had such awesome power. You know what they say, the more awesome they are.
I don't think that's quite how it goes, Sage.
Come on, what are we waiting around for? We should be out there looking for them. And what? We should go rushing right into a battle? An eye for an eye, that's all I want.
The Dynasty's power is tremendous.
Oh yeah, another problem I have with this episode is you can tell the voice acting is off.
I'm sure they
It does feel like some of the characters are being portrayed by completely different actors.
Do you think they're worried about me, Mia?
You'll see him soon. Trust me. I've sworn to crush the Dynasty's master.
What do you say I give you a
Now,
hand?
at least part of the problem might be where this is still only the second episode of the series.
Why did
And
you leave?
something I
Nice
found
to
out
meet you,
through
Mia.
a
Hey, you can call me Ryo.
making of
Hey,
or
Kanto, you ever hear
him
of the Ronin
was that
Warriors, kid? Well,
in
that's
series
us.
you might have slightly different voices at the beginning
My name's
because
Sonic.
the voice actors are getting used to their new character.
And I was just going to say, there's never a hero around when you need one. Well, it looks like we have the Ronin warriors as our own personal bodyguards.
Well, what's it look like topside?
It's pretty desolate up there.
Well, looks like we'll be camping out down here for a while, guys. All right?
The metropolitan area is in ruins. Those lucky enough to escape with their lives have left everything else to the crush of the Dynasty's relentless assault. The provisional government amassed its forces for what it hoped would be a devastating counterattack.
Yeah, this is something else that never made sense to me.
The weapons of man
That they attempt to the government attempts to attack the dynasty here,
completely destroyed the
and this is the only time we actually see this happen.
The future was wearing thin.
Oh, that and the fact that we got another introduction to three of our heroes.
Useless. You seem to know a lot about the Dynasty. Who did you say you were?
Mia Koji. I'm an assistant at Shinsha University. I teach ancient legend and mythology. Stuff our mothers thought would help us make it in the real world.
White Blaze, is it done?
At least we don't need to go looking for him. Who are you? Excellent. She's with them.
Technically, wouldn't that be a bad thing? Because wouldn't it be a little bit easier to grab her and possibly the boy if they're not around?
Hey, everybody watching. You stay fueled.
We have to think about their safety first. Form the circle!
Yeah, it does feel like the voices did change in this episode.
What's the circle for?
Um,
The circle.
and I don't think I was able to ever figure out how old they were.
Circle of light!
Matthew Flynn says, I know old dubs can be mistranslated. Maybe that's part of the problem. True. And if you watch part of my Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII, then there were some problems with the translation. Now, I will also point out that this is the only time they actually do this.
The Ronin Warriors will return. Now, back to the Ronin Warriors.
Your name is Lewis, isn't it? Well, your tyranny ends today.
Ronin Warriors, do you really think you can protect them? I will dissolve your circle as soon as I do. You chose the battle you cannot possibly win. Prepare to meet your doom.
Now, unfortunately, he is right.
It's time we stop playing. No!
Yeah, I think that might have broke some of the, well, some of the impact. Ow.
You're helpless without your mystical arm. There's no chance you will win. So, my friends, remember me in the next Wait with me!
What's it? What is it?
I have to say, Anubis's chain does remind me a little bit of Shun from Saint Seiya. If do you have a favorite trashy anime? Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a hard one.
Come on, Ryo! Call the Ronin to arms!
I have to say, It'd probably be Vampire Knight. And I know there's probably a bunch of people saying, yeah, well, the artwork for it is just gorgeous. The animation itself is gorgeous. But the story itself and the characters are just terrible. And apparently the manga it was based on had another, well, actually went on even farther than the anime did.
Mia, what happened?
The ancient. He dissolved the circle.
Power circle was broken.
But how?
Never mind that.
So,
Got a battle
I don't know. I guess you could say
now.
I think I was even into Twilight, and I loved that series. And more or less the way the manga went, it was like you could be like no matter what side you were on, you still got it. You still got your ship. As awful as it sounds, you've still got your ship. But it might not be when you wanted it to.
Ah, good. I was hoping for a shot.
Demon, I will never allow you or your master to win.
We'll see about that.
Let's take him out.
Your attempts are pointless and pathetic.
Let's see if I can get my point across. I'll bring it down.
Now I will admit I've not watched a lot of anime though. I do actually like Oran Host Club, and it's probably one of the few comedies I actually do like. And Bo 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 Bo. That one was just plain crazy. Ace Boomer, this is very intense for a cartoon. Yes, it is.
Flare up now!
Then again, if you've watched watch Saint Seiya or Knights of the Zodiac, you know it, well, if all you've watched that series was the Cartoon Network version that was censored, yeah, it is that series is very intense too. It includes self-harm, some nudity.
Ryo! Are you okay? Ryo! Anubis, we will have revenge for what you did. Prepare yourself!
Young fools, your zeal is admirable. The circle of powers unbroken. The other four still possess an equal share of its force. But I will not give them the chance to use it against me.
And the wolf has finally come to see us.
An hour late into it too. My goodness, that's sad.
It's okay, Wolfie.
I try my best not to be like the Phantom review. Which episode are we on?
We're at the end of episode 2.
Oh, sweet. I'm not.
Yeah, yeah. You might want to
Where's that
listen to
one?
my commentary on it because I think of the episodes here, well, episodes. This is probably the worst one. Or at least the one to me that made the least amount of sense.
Isn't? Oh, refresh me on this episode.
Okay, you have the military attacking the Dynasty. Only time
Oh
in the series
yeah.
it happens. You do have some off voice acting, and you also have that circle that they use their armor on that prevents them from using it to fight. Only time it happens. And also they battle Anubis. And we are at the part where Tulpa. Alright, Ryo got hurt. He you think he's dead, but he's not. And Tulpa sees that the other four still have the connection and the power. So he decides he's going to cast them to the four corners of the earth
I
in
want
order
to.
to
I want
in
to
order
add
to
to.
separate them.
Sorry. I want to add to Matthew Flynn's question. Says, do you have a favorite trashy anime that you like despite it being bad? I got two. Uh, there's Icon and there's
Honestly, I thought I was getting my course.
Some people like to say Gantz, but Gantz is actually pretty insightful. It Your miles may vary to whoever has either read the manga or watched the anime.
Okay. Well, I answered with Vampire Knight.
Oh my goodness, Vampire Knight. My criticism is it's way better than Twilight.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Only that the vampire boyfriend actually does something apart from Eric Cullen. Well, all protagonists do anything in Vampire Knight as opposed to Twilight. But I put that on account of Stephanie Meyer probably didn't even thought about action when she wrote her trashy novels.
Yeah. Personally, the reason I like it, trust me,
Oh,
it's not for the story
we're on
or the
episode 3?
characters. Yeah, we're on episode 3.
Oh, let me get that started right now. You gotta
Uh,
warn me, Greenie.
Sorry. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I got it paused to the opening credits where Sage has his sword raised above his head.
Let me see if I can catch it. All right, let me pull it backwards. Raise of his raise over his head.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna pause it when I get there, and we'll do the countdown, right?
Yeah.
The power's in the armor. Power's in the armor. I'm on the where listen off their just arms. Oh, okay. Was it the one where he swung at Anubis?
I think so.
Because I just paused it immediately where Anubis dodges the swing.
Okay. Give me
So that's
on three.
50 seconds.
Okay, that will work.
All right. So you ready?
3, 2, go.
Bao G.
Heroes push to the limits.
Heroes push to the limits. Wreath with fear. Oh, sorry. I'm going to fanboy. Bao G.
What exactly does that translate to anyway? I've always wondered that.
I never watched it dub, so I'm the wrong person you should ask.
I know. What? Yeah, he's on
This
a
is
quest,
so
but
reverse Sailor
he's missing.
Moon.
What?
I said this is so reverse Sailor Moon.
Eh,
You want me to explain why I say that?
I think I already made the Sailor Moon comparison, but go ahead.
So in Sailor Moon, they already were started off separated, right?
Yes.
Ronin Wars, as you already seen in the first episode, they start off together and then they get separated, and now they gotta find each other again.
Hi there. Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Sure I did, Mia. Hey,
And
where's my
now,
phone?
actually, at the end of the the first part of the Sailor Moon series, they end up being separated again with amnesia.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Age Wicked Sea is trashy. It's it's hard to even question whether it's an action or a hentai with that one. Don't watch it, Greenie.
Okay. Okay. What about Bo?
That's not trash. That's just fun entertainment that I could not get into myself, but I understand why people like it.
Okay. What about War on Host Club?
Not trash, just what every fangirl loves. Just hot dudes and a girl passing off as a dude.
Okay.
Gotta try harder, Greenie.
Harder.
Gotta go etchy. You gotta go really etchy.
Really edgy.
Not edgy,
Gundam.
etchy. As in ECCHI.
Are you telling me Ryan was alive? Can you do this to him?
I love White Blaze.
Yeah.
Surprised that her arm didn't shatter with him gripping on it.
Well, he probably has some control. I mean, it's actually
For a
been.
tiger.
Yeah. I mean, my little Pekingese well, you call her concerned doggy. I mean, there are
Mm-hmm.
times when she'll just grab onto my hand. I mean, she's not biting down hard, it's just hard enough to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they have even shown that some great white sharks, they have a lot of control over their jaws. So if they don't want to bite down hard, they won't bite down hard.
And
Then
H
again,
has to jet to Daniel's stream. See you later, H.
yeah,
Adding to what you were saying about your Pekingese, my late Shih Tzu had an interesting bite force.
really?
Mm-hmm. For a small dog, like she applies pressure to how she bite. The owner said she was Shih Tzu poodle mix, but she gripped like a pit bull.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. And when she grabbed on something she wanted to keep, she won't let go.
yeah, same here with mine.
So we got Anubis and his crew.
Yeah.
Trying to remember their names. I used to know their names.
The one in red is Kale.
Mm-hmm.
The green one is I should know. I should. I don't remember right now. I'll think of it in a minute. And then the one that's with the white hair that's kind of spider-like is
Hmm.
Dale.
Yeah.
Segments. Segments, the green one.
Yeah. I used to call him Second Man. I know they kind of have Egyptian like names.
Yeah.
Because you got the poisoner with the eye patch.
Yeah.
Let me finish them off once and for all. Tall Boy used to scare me as a kid.
Hmm.
Not because of his mask right there, but when he actually got his hands dirty.
Yeah.
They could not. It's like they couldn't even get hands on him. I was like that. That's always been my greatest fear when it comes to shows. Is if the heroes can't beat the bad guy, I'm officially afraid of the bad guy. So you can tell how I was with Darkseid in Superman the animated series.
Yeah.
That fear also extended to zombies because you can barely kill them too. So I found out their weakness, and I was like, okay, I'm not afraid of zombies anymore. All I gotta do is shoot them in the head. Okay. I mean, easier said than done, but at least they have a weakness.
Oh, and here we have the. Well, actually, I think it's the second time the ancient one has appeared.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Stormtrooper aim. They're not. You're telling the goons to stop. Well, at least you said please.
I don't think that will help too much.
Nope. And here he is. Pull a tuxedo mask.
Yeah. Except he's not throwing roses. He's actually throwing something useful.
Hey, don't diss on tuxedo masks as roses. Things was sharp enough to break a freaking ice pillar.
Point taken.
Especially when his love is so strong. He threw that pimp hand so hard that ice spire just breaks. And I was like, yeah, tuxedo, protect your woman. You remember that moment where Cream Bear was about to spike both of them, and he just threw that rose?
Yep.
That's hubby material right there.
Well, we know how that story ended.
Mm. I heard from a Sailor Moon fan that there was something deeper from Rini, aka Chibiusa, about her character.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Just wow. And they say 4Kids censoring was bad. I mean, it still holds number one, but old school anime censoring worse, way worse. Don't even
Well,
get me started on Zoisite and Malachite.
eh,
Do you want me to tell you?
well, I know that Zosite in the original Japanese was a guy.
Yeah.
So, and I do know that there was a character in the, well, I forgot the exact arc it was called, but in the one before Sailor Stars, there was a very feminine looking um, villain in the trio that was always trying to, well, that was always after men and was voiced by a woman, but it was actually a guy as well.
I actually got into an argument with somebody who did not know that Uranus and Neptune were a couple when I was in high school. They were really convinced that Uranus and Neptune were cousins. I was like, no, they're lovers. And even before that reveal, even like that whole the difference between American dub and Japanese like became common knowledge amongst weebs. Like I literally keyed on that, uh, and I was telling like they're not cousins, they're lovers.
Yeah, no, admittedly, I have not watched Other Stars yet.
Oh yeah,
How bad is it? Or
I haven't seen it. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I hear things about it apart from design and animation. Oh, I love this shot. I love this shot.
yeah, I don't. Well, I will make one criticism. Ryo, this one looks like a Metabot
Wait a minute. Ryo looks like a Metabot.
in that one scene.
Come on, Greenie, don't do that. He looks like Mega Man. That's what I always used to thought. Though Medbot was awesome. Medbots is always awesome.
Yeah.
You'll get your friends. It's time to battle. Roll battle till you drop.
I'm just curious, what commercial, what ad are you getting right now?
Something about these kids looking at these screen. I'm still don't like these ads when they show these kids in front of these technologies. That's brainwashing. That's brainwashing your kids. I get another one about running walk calls.
And I got Febreze.
Oh, lucky you.
Earlier, I got Chick-fil-A.
Oh wow. It's a 9-valent vaccine ad. I don't know what's in me that attracts these ads. I get ads about the vaccine all the time, and I'm like, I'm not interested in that. Oh, you're faster. I can't even skip ad.
But I can see the Mega Man thing too.
Yeah, that's what I used to cue in on whenever time I see his face. I'm like, oh, Mega Man, and it's still going. There's no skip ad. I'm gonna be
Yeah, that
behind.
is one. Yeah, now there is. Yeah, I guess that is one disadvantage to Tubi. On
It's
the other hand,
fine
like,
if it's on. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. It's fine if it's just me watching, but like for the sake of a rewatch on stream, and there's another one. Applebee's this time. Finally, something that I actually went and ate at. Only one time though. Finally, finally. Where's your timestamp?
hold on, 12:33.
All right. Let me see. 33, 33. Got it.
Okay, three,
All right.
2, 1, go.
All right. Yeah, I love this aspect where like he's close to his element. He's like super hot now. That can
Yeah.
be taken out of context. How is he doing this?
Maybe
Have
you
a
should look
taste
at
of this.
Amoeba.
Dude, you're just sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, if he gave it some thought, he would probably figure it out for himself. I mean, this guy's supposed to be the leader of the Dark Warlords.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Favorite
get
line.
he's overconfident in his
With
power,
fear. Go ahead.
but yeah, I mean, it really does feel like he should have at least some thinking capacity
Mm-hmm.
to maybe put two and two together.
Yeah.
Big hint, it does not equal 5 or 3.
Tremendous
Now he's got
power.
it figured out.
Imagine if Anubis said, "Power, unlimited power."
Don't touch them.
Oh no, Anubis knows the power of Ryo's armor is fueled by heat of the volcano. What's he going to do? Run, Yuli!
Maybe you guys should have done that a little bit earlier.
It's anime. There's always a spectator. Oh, don't do,
Ow.
don't, hey, don't do my blades like that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I still get PTSD from white blades getting hurt by black blades.
Oh, we're not that far.
Yeah, I know. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched this series, but yeah, when white blades get hurt really bad, I got PTSD from that because animals.
Yeah. I
So
know
whenever,
if anyone. Yeah, I know if anyone tried to hurt Ginger, they better have bulletproof armor, and they
mm-hmm,
better hope I've not got a knife in my hand.
mm-hmm.
It will not be pretty.
Yeah, so seeing blades get knocked down like that, like I just flinched.
Yeah,
It's between us.
and basically it's the only thing we see that's close to the Ronin family that we
Mm.
get to see in the series. You still there, Wolfie?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was talking about earlier about how they talking about they just appeared, but the
Mm-hmm.
characters themselves, they were Ryo was introduced in modern clothing or
Mm-hmm.
modern to the 80s, and of how they talk. Oh, you gotta like how Ryo is concerned with their safety. Number one.
Hero moment there.
Yeah, we really need to get the prof to watch this series.
That's a tall order. Ah! I always love mimic. I used to mimic doing the jumps that they do in this show. Those grasshopper jumps,
Uh-huh.
as I like to call them. I look like that's the coolest thing you could ever do. I wish I could do that in real life.
Yeah.
You know how many streets I could clear if I jump like that.
Well, I'm just glad that Anubis at least started to use his head.
Mm-hmm. He's arrogant, but like when back to a corner, that's when his intelligence start kicking in.
Yeah.
Without your armor, you're powerless against me.
Rare chance where a villain actually stops a hero from transforming.
Yeah.
Shame that they don't do that later on in the series.
Yeah.
Is why Anubis threw us into the
Oh,
volcano.
quit explaining the obvious.
Yeah. I think we already figured that out. I realized I was watching this in the 90s when I was a kid, but
Mm-hmm.
I actually was thinking, yeah, we kind of already know that. You don't have to explain it to Yuli. I think you kind of figured it out too.
Grant, it's kind of for the benefit of Yuli, but still, we all know what that kind of technique is. That writing technique is. Shipple was. Oh, I will say Shipple is terrible at it.
Ryo, oh no! Ryo, get up!
From Inuyasha.
Nothing left. The Dynasty takes
When
a
Inuyasha uses many sword techniques, or when Tensaiga would change his form, Shippo would literally just outright state what just happened. I was like, shut up, Shippo. Shut up. Did Tensaiga just turn red? Yes, because he needs it to cut Nuraku's barrier. Or Hakudoshi's barrier. Yes, we know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely quite a bit unrelated, but I actually found out that Cyber 6 is on Tubi too.
Yay. That's not part of the plan, Anubis. This voice actor was in one of the Fatal Fury movies too.
Really?
He was the bad guy. And I think he was in several other 90s shows too, like unrelated anime.
Uh-huh.
But like,
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, did you ever watch any of the OVAs for the series?
no. I know they exist though.
I am going to strongly suggest you don't watch them.
Oh, they're that bad. Usually are.
Well, well, I watched the first two in their entirety on YouTube.
hmm
The third one, someone did an edited version to cut down
Oh,
on
another saying
the
I like to mimic all their transformations. I was such a
yeah,
dude. Sorry, go ahead.
but the third one, someone cut down, get down because it was long and drawn out.
hmm Matt Hill was the name of the voice actor who did the voice of Ryo.
Really?
hmm
Has he done anything else?
I'm looking up right now on IMDb. He voiced the character Dallas from Road Company. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Did Ninjago, Super Noobs, Tobot, mostly kid stuff.
oh,
Beyblade Burst. I don't know if he used his Ryo voice in those shows, but he got work. He's a working man. He was in She's Al. Huh, She's Al. Would not have
interesting.
known.
I think he has some pretty good range.
Oh, he was Kira Yamato in Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 and possibly Gundam Seed. Stormhawks, Finn, Top Dog. Ed. He was Ed? And
Uh,
Ed.
Ed, as in one
Single
D or
D.
two D? Single D?
Single D. Yeah.
Oh, wow, this guy really does have good range.
Powerpuff Girls Z, Poochie, Crash of the Titans for video games, Dynasty Warriors, Ortega in Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I'm a little off track. I'll look at it a little bit. Let me see this scene.
Really need all five formers to defeat the evil dynasty.
Yes, the other four have to be alive.
That's some strong speech he gave.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
I used to call the ancient one Raiden.
Yeah, he does look quite a bit like Raiden.
Got the garb and everything.
Yeah, I don't think we ever find out his actual given name. He's just the ancient one.
Oh, there's the rest of the team. I did mention that Sai was my favorite, right?
No, actually, you didn't.
I didn't?
No.
Actually, it would always it tended to my favorite tended to fluctuate depending on what weapon that I like the most out of them. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Got a little distracted there.
Well, I got an ad for diapers.
Yeah,
I
that's why I
don't know why.
paused. So let me know when you pause at the next episode. I'll just
Okay,
continue.
Adam 00.
Okay.
But yeah, we can talk a little bit.
Yeah. So it would so it started off with Ryo because I was always enamored with the leader character in every show. So it started off with him. It fluctuated to Sai because I liked his weapon, his spear.
Mhm.
Then it went to Roland because my love for color blue came in after my favorite color red. So I liked how deep blue his color was. And then Sage, I don't know when I started liking Sage. but somehow I kind of liked him too. Maybe because of his weapon.
Well, I think I already did the fun fact that his surname date that
Mm-hmm.
actually connects him to Masamune date. You can correct me on the
Date.
pronunciation. That, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and you know that Masamune was known as the one-eyed dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and the eye that Sage's hair covers up is the same one that Masamune no
Nice.
longer had.
Oh, speaking of Inuyasha, he was also in Inuyasha game. He was Bonkotsu.
Oh, hmm,
One of the five warriors that have powerful weapons.
uh-huh.
And Bonkotsu was the one that had the ultimate weapon where if he slays like 1,000 demons, it will reach its peak strength. And they were fighting in the body of at least the mountain which housed the body of Naraku, and a whole lot of demons were pouring in, and Inuyasha was trying to stop Bokotsu from reaching his maximum potential, but that was not going to happen, and he finally got to maximum potential, but Inuyasha still ended up whooping his ass. Excuse me,
It's okay.
because he used the backlash wave on him, the trump card that he uses for every situation, which for the life of me, I'll never understand why he don't lead with that weapon because majority of the time the enemies do attack him. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
are you familiar with Inuyasha by any chance?
a little bit. I've not watched a lot of it, but I've watched a little bit, and I did read part of the manga.
Are you familiar with the backlash wave?
No, um,
Okay, his backlash wave is a weapon technique that his father used that defeated his previous enemy, which was a dragon demon. I think the dragon was called Ryokutse. I think it was called. What it does is it converts the wind around the Tensaiga, and once the enemy attacks him, he slams the sword to the ground, and it causes this tornado to engulf the energy and redirect the energy right back as enemy tenfold. So he calls out and he says backlash wave, and it like I said, it goes back tenfold because it starts off as like a tornado, but then it becomes a even bigger tornado. And like I said, for the life of me, I don't understand why he just occasionally use that weapon. Just like wait for his enemy to attack him and redirect it back at them. But he always defaults to the wind scar, which is the more familiar weapon, the more familiar technique that he uses, which is his father's fang attack, which basically fires an energy that looks like a claw that cuts. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the wind scar, right?
a little bit. Um,
That's also wind based, but yeah. Are you
yeah,
are
like I said, I'm a little bit more familiar with the manga. My high school actually did have the first, I think it was first 5 volumes of it.
mhm.
Surprisingly,
A lot of the ladies I talked to about Inuyasha were always big Shoshonru fans. I only latched on to him. Oh, Ryo was also Havoc in X-Men Evolution. Alex
wow.
Masters. Yeah, this guy had a
Oh,
lot of work.
Cyclops would have
Say again.
Uh, Alex Masters was Cyclops. Well,
Yeah, he was.
little
It was
brother.
us. Yeah. Well, yeah. They made him younger in Evolution, whereas in the '90s one they were roughly almost like roughly the same age. Almost, he was like 2 years younger at best, but in Evolution, he looked like he was 16 years old, and Scott was like on the verge of being 20 at best.
Um, actually, Scott was still in high school.
Yeah, he was, but what I'm saying was like they were on the eve of graduating. I was like, he's probably like 19 at least, getting close there, getting close to early 20s. Which he was also Project Arms. I'm still completing the anime. Slow on it, but I'm still. He was Kiro Barros in Card Captors.
What? No
Yep,
way!
I
No
figured.
way! I
I
watched Card
figured.
Captors. I love that show.
I figured he would have been Kiro because I recognized his. I'm playing his voice where he shouts Sakura's name. I'm like, yep, yep. I believe it. I believe it. He was Kiro Barros.
And
Sakura.
Kuro actually ended up having two voices. Like when he was the cute stuffed animal version,
Yeah.
and then when he was the big fisted beast.
Raphael and Next Mutation, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Street Fighter anime series, Bridge Punk, Smuggler. Ooh, he was in the Hurricanes, the soccer show about the
Oh,
soccer team. 90s, obscure. Titanic animated. Okay, interesting. He was
which animated Titanic?
yeah, TV series, part one and
Oh,
two. Uh, he,
okay.
he was Reggie in Bordello of Blood. Hmm. I knew he was Metalhead from G.I. Joe Extreme. I knew it. Yep. G.I. Joe Extreme. He was Metalhead. That's if you ever heard of that show.
No, but now I'm gonna look it up.
Jab from Street Fighters. I mean, it's not Street Fighter. Street Sharks. Sorry, Street Sharks.
Oh,
The it for clarification, he was the Hammerhead Shark.
yeah, I actually do remember that TV show. Um, yeah, there was a similar one with dinosaurs where,
Extreme Dinosaurs.
yeah,
He was Raphael in Ninja Turtles 3, the movie, and he was also yep, he was Laucorn game Gaidemus from Fell Fury the motion picture. That was the main villain, a young cat that he uh he was getting these armor pieces, which sounds coincidental there.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
are you ready?
Oh, yeah. On three. One, two, three.
Uh, Warriors, Ronin Warriors. But the armor, yeah, that's pretty obvious. The powers in the armor, but I love it. I found it funny that he was struggling with a goon in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, I pointed that out because I actually compared it to a putty in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, that's a good analogy. Like you're a Power Ranger and you're struggling to fight a putty. Yeah, there are times where the Power Rangers do get overpowered by putties, especially if they're like two or one. But that's them being human, not like they're
Yeah,
being like superhero, like superheroes, like in the 2017 movie.
uh-huh.
But like the moment they morph, that's when they win if they're by themselves. Yes. But in the case of Ronin Warriors, like later on, those goons are just like nothing to them, even without armor.
Yeah, you kind of get a sense that they are getting stronger. They're training. They're learning how to fight smarter.
Hmm. Oh,
And
this is dark imagery here.
yeah,
People being herding off to the temple. What was you gonna say?
well, like well, like I said, they're getting stronger. They're getting smarter on how they fight, and that's something that we don't really get to see that much anymore.
Yeah, that's a nice growl he did.
I'm pleased to see the mistakes of the newest soul. I won't expect you to make them angry. You realize that although we now have millions of human souls under our control,
So win-win.
from the honest way,
Yeah.
But we will still fill this world.
I'm just curious, which of the Dark Warlords was your favorite?
Always Anubis because of his weapon.
very good. I will not be able to have that unless you destroy.
I always liked his weapon, especially the chain at the end, the spike at the end. That was like a cool snatch and grab.
The recklessness allowed the boy to revive.
And I also like that little coat he wore over his armor.
Forgive me, please.
And spoilers for those who haven't watched this show, it looked funny on Kyra when she adopted it.
No more spoilers.
When I saw it happen, I was like, okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. If you're watching this, well, if you go back and watch this, but no, it is not because she's the bestest ever, and she doesn't take his place.
Mm-mm.
He actually gives it to her in order to save her.
And ate the Ronin warriors.
Yeah. Anubis really does get a good redemption arc.
Mm-hmm. They both do, actually.
See my grandfather.
Yeah.
What?
He can figure out a way to find the other four. He understands how your armor works. Yours reacts to heat. Perhaps the other armors react to other elements. He'll know.
Also, something else I noticed in this series, I don't think we ever really see the guys driving.
I don't think they know how.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How old are these? Are they exactly, or does it ever say?
Now, why y'all got black? Why y'all got white blades running after you? You know you're gonna get tired and die, right? You can't even perch himself on the rooftop at least.
Yeah, or maybe get a trailer for him.
Exactly. Like you got. See how they do my boy White Blaze? You see how they do my boy White Blaze?
Yeah. Now, something else I noticed is that aside from, well, from we don't really see many people, outside the city either.
Did you forget that they were being herded to the pagoda of evil?
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, what you're trying to say is there's no stragglers whatsoever.
Yeah, although we are getting ready to see Mia's grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently there and not sought after by the bad guys.
Yeah, and I know this is supposed to be a university, so what happened to the other teachers and students? Were they all conveniently in town that day?
I guess.
Either that, or maybe he had some kind of a ward or something on his room.
Normally I would criticize why he would check the knob like that, but I do that too before I use my key.
Mama?
I'm just saying yep, safety check.
Yeah. And also a reminder, this was before the age of cell phones.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying you would check to see if anybody like it'd be a natural reaction if somebody were to break in your house and memorize whether or not you locked the door.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an instinct that we all have.
Won't they all die inside here?
Don't be silly. There's plenty of light, and I'll water them every day. They'll live forever. You don't have to worry.
Some reels in there.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, your mom and dad are coming back. I'm sure of it. I'm gonna fight a dynasty.
Why I find that more believable than modern media's depiction of the kids when they say that.
Bet.
I wonder.
Probably because there's a little bit more passion behind it, I think. And I mean,
Yes, she will.
That and don't he has the charm around his neck?
well, not yet.
Yeah.
That's
Dang it, I'm speaking ahead.
yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a nice series to revisit.
Mhm.
And looking back on everything and knowing what's going to happen, sometimes it just makes more sense. Ooh.
Oh, grandfather, why are you working in such a dark room without the lights on?
No, this is fine.
I brought
I'm surprised it can fit throughout that house.
We want to know
Yeah.
if there's any way you can help us locate the other four.
Well, this isn't the house. It's actually the university.
You should learn how to face your fate, girl.
Hang on, go on mute.
I can't believe you're saying that. How can you just give up?
Even the Ronin warriors are no match for Tulpa's evil dynasty. Finding them all now would be a waste of time.
Ooh, evil eyes.
Grandpa, what's
That's
the
kind
matter
of
with you?
a
I guess I'll just
signal
have to
something's
look for them
wrong.
myself.
Yeah, especially the way how he talks.
Yeah. And is that a laptop?
Or what could have been passed off as a laptop.
Oh. And of course, Ryo poses for pictures.
You just call him Ryu.
Oh, sorry.
No, he called him Ryu.
Oh,
The Dynasty.
oh yeah.
They're here.
Also in the OVAs, Ryo is called Ryu.
Yeah, back when they call Ryu characters Ryu or Ryo. Gotta love that 80s rock music though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know when I posted post a link to the first episode on YouTube. Sound Engraver was really interested in it too, especially the rock music.
Yeah, I saw your comment when you addressed her on her Mind and Muse. That's not creepy at all.
Ooh.
Yeah, good going, boy.
Just bite checked them.
Oh. Uh-oh.
A Dynasty spirit has possessed the doctor.
You'll hurt him.
Yeah, he's not your grandfather. Not anymore. Trust me on this.
The Ronin warriors will return.
Don't you just miss that "We'll be right back" message?
Yeah.
And another ad. Got pause now.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, I'm on the ad right now.
Okay. I got mine paused. I'm at one. Well, I'm at 11:43.
Okay, it's still going.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I said I was able to
Don't
find it for free.
apologize. Don't apologize. You would think that they would find a way to us to have a skip ad function, much like YouTube does
Well,
when it
keep in
counts.
mind, keep in mind the service is free. So,
Yeah.
and one of the people who founded it used to work for Disney.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I say used to.
No,
I think
I know, but I'm like you know me. I usually have a response to certain things like that, even something witty. But I'm like, I mean, the best thing I can muster is, well, he escaped.
yeah, and I think he helped create a better streaming service than Disney Plus
Hmm.
because well, I actually we actually do have Disney Plus in the break room at work,
Hmm.
and yeah, there's a little bit on it, but you look at Netflix and um Netflix and then Disney Plus. I
Yeah.
mean, and then you look at Tubi, and I understand there's not a lot of there's a ton of stuff on here. Not all of it's good. I mean, I think I actually did send you a link to the Dead or Alive movie.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm
I
not sure
still
if you actually
remember
watched
that. Yeah. All right, hang on. I paused it. I'm at 11:36. Where you say you were?
11:43.
43. I'll just be at 42. All right, I'm
Okay,
ready.
3, 2, 1.
That does it. I don't want to end up like slice salami.
Gotta admit, he can come up with witty
Dr.
comebacks.
Fight it if you can. I don't want to hurt you.
Just gotta love those back in the days comebacks and slang.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, oh, now that is control. Right there. That is control.
Lesser Rider would have him kill him.
Grandmother, Grandpa, please be all right.
I'm sorry.
Grandpa, you're going to be okay.
I know I'm going to die. I've been infected by their poison.
No, Grandpa. No!
Ronin, or
Show just gets darker and darker, doesn't it?
Yeah.
where the created.
Oh. Well,
The legend encrypted. Remember the pool.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandpa!
Dr. Koji.
Grandpa!
Gotta be on their road to get to Sage now. Last time I checked.
Well, first they gotta figure out where he is at.
Hmm. I forgot how they got to rolling.
No, this isn't
Well,
right.
I think that'll be in next week's batch of episodes.
Yeah. Even though I saw the episode, I'm like, wait a minute, how did they get to rolling when he's in space?
Spoiler!
How's that a spoiler? They just showed them where they went when they got separated.
She has to
Kinda. You see Ryo go to the volcano. You see Sage go to the forest somewhere. Sai is in a cave. No, Kento was in the cave. Sai was in the ocean, I think, and Roland went to space, like right into the stars, to convey that he went to space. But he's like, as his supposed element, the strata. He was in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got a different name in the Japanese sub, but for us we call it the strata.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more research for next week's stream.
Yeah, you got time. Fleabag.
Unfortunately,
He ain't no
when I
dog.
tried, yeah, now I actually did try to watch the first 5 episodes before today. I only got through episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, fight me.
Come on, fight me.
And I, the demon of
Now I do remember that Yuli's camera does serve a purpose, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not just to take awesome pictures of Ryo. Well,
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps again. Just goosebumps all in my arms and my neck. This was my childhood. Did you ever see the advertisement for the toys?
yeah, I actually begged for them, but my mom was like, "Those are boys' toys." And then I told her, "Well, they can date my Sailor Moon dolls."
uh, oh, those were the days when you wanted to play something else and they say it's for boys or it's for girls.
Well, then again, my mom used to say the Archie comics, even the Veronica and Betty comics, were for boys. So, any people talking about gatekeeping, it wasn't men, or it wasn't. In my case, it was my mom.
I'm just as curious as to what she thought was for girls then, besides Sailor Moon and Barbie.
Let's see, My Little Pony.
Of course.
Let's see. She didn't have a problem with me watching the Gummy Bears cartoon.
She had a problem with you watching Gummy Bears cartoon.
Oh no, well, let's see. Gummy Bears was okay. DuckTales was okay. Darkwing Duck was okay.
I think it's okay
Ironically,
because Disney.
yeah, and also X-Men, the animated series. I don't even think she realized I watched it. And same with the Superman and even later, Superman and Batman animated series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else I used to watch.
I guess it came easy for me, from my mom raising me because she was a single parent, and me and my brother were just boys. So like we just watched everything. The only the only show she only drew the line on was South Park, and we still watched that anyways.
Okay. Oh
Like,
yeah, and
go ahead.
she had no problem with me watching Voltron for some reason.
Well, now we know
Yeah,
the origin of Green Lion.
at least part of the origin.
Mm.
Now, so admittedly, that was a show I watched with my brother. I mean, Power Rangers, I watched it with my brother. He-Man and She-Ra, I watched it with my brother. Thundercats, Silverhawks, Transformers.
Never got Silverhawks.
You all right?
They
Oh,
weren't on,
and
they weren't
also
on the
Gem
air
and the
when I
hologram.
watched. Sorry, go ahead.
Also Gem and the holograms, but
Oh yeah.
no, my brother's not gay. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Hey, I watched Gem and Holograms and I came out fine. Even
Yeah,
Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders.
yeah. Well,
Even even Sky Dancers. You ever heard of Sky Dancers?
oh yeah, that one I never could get into. I will admit that.
Then there was Dragonflies.
Yeah, that one had a really cool theme song.
Dragonflies. Maximize.
Fly forever through dragon skies.
hmm The the fight to survive is in the air. Watch the skies for dragonflies.
But to be honest, I think the only show my mom really told me not to watch and forbid me to watch was the Mutant League show.
The what show?
Mutant League.
Oh, Mutant League. Oh, I understand why. I understood why. That show, that show somehow got past the censors.
And the only way you can watch it now is if you live in Canada or have a VPN.
Or you can sell the high seas. I got the Sega Genesis game on emulator.
Huh.
It's not
Yeah,
that bad.
I think they did recently release a new game for it. I realized there were two back in the Sega years, but yeah, I think they did release a new one.
hmm
Um,
And there was also Sky Surfer Strike Force that I watched. I think that came on Channel 9 sometimes. And BAD, the Bureau of Alien Detectives, that used to come on Sundays. Of course, there was live action shows like Reality Check, AJ's Time Travelers, Beakman's World.
But what kind of trap will
None of them ringing a bell. I see. Have you heard of those shows?
hmm,
Probably not.
probably not, but hmm,
Oh yeah, Back to the Roaring Wars. Not showing the credits. Funny.
yeah. And
All
I
right,
got an ad for hand cream. I'm so no, oh, not hand cream. Pronamel.
and I pause.
I don't. Well,
There's also this one show I like that actually blended just like the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest or
uh-huh.
the New Adventures of Johnny Quest. They had mixed 3D and 2D animation called Space Force or Space Strikers, I think. I'm looking up right now. Yep, Space Strikers. It was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Now there was also a dinosaur. Well, a dinosaur show too that tried that too. I forgot what it was called. Um, More or less these three kids. Actually two kids most of the time. There was one
Mm.
that was kind of living far off, so he didn't really help out that much. But they could use these daggers to revive
Dinosaurs.
dinosaur bone.
You're talking about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Wham blam, it's the Dino Giant, it's the dinosaurs. Wham blam. Stop the Dragosaurs. It's an anime that used to that was on this anime block that Fox Kids had called Anime Invasion that aired alongside Escaflowne.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I
now that's
believe
a
it
series I really need to find on DVD.
I actually downloaded it one time, but then my computer kind of crashed, and I had to clean it out, and I lost it,
Oh,
and I had to re-download it again, or at least I think I re-downloaded it, and I got it here in my files. No, I got Invincible. Oh no, I got Vision of Escaflowne in my files, and Birdie the Mighty, which I still need to sit down and watch. But I watched pretty much all season 1 of Invincible. I just recently finished Tron Uprising,
oh,
and I got all just about all the animated X-Men series that came out back in the days, like
yeah.
Wolverine, X-Men, Evolution, 90s. This
And
new like
I'm gonna
you
say
could
that Tron Uprising was better than the movie.
you take that back, you blasphemer. No, I'm kidding. No, what I like to say about Uprising, it kind of recontextualized what went on during the grid before Legacy happened. But what was your take on Legacy, actually?
Uh, where do I begin?
The beginning?
Okay, I'd actually bought the original Tron and
Hmm.
Tron Legacy the same day.
Hmm.
And at that point, my only connection to that series was through Tron. Was through the Tron level in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
And well, when I started thinking about things I was seeing, I mean, especially with Sam, I think
Mm.
that was his name.
I think that's what everybody's criticism was Sam was like overshadowed by Kevin Flynn.
Well, that and okay, Tron takes place in the 80s, and
Hmm.
okay, and well, when I tried to do the math on how old Sam should be, or I mean, his age didn't really add up with
The
the time.
timeline.
Yeah, I mean, because Sam, well, like, okay, all right, he's got a kid. So presumably he has a wife
Hmm.
or had a wife.
Hmm.
Um, and so I would have expected something or some hint in his office about it that in the original Tron.
Hmm.
So nothing.
Yeah, they didn't really bring to light that there may have been a dead parent in the family. I think they actually, you know what? I think that the uncle and aunt mentions it because I think they were the wife's side of the family, I believe. But he
Mm,
ran
I'm,
away, and they jump cut to him being older, so we didn't really get that much information as to where we didn't get that much information about the family life there. The movie moves at a fast pace, actually.
yeah, and I think that was to its detriment.
Hmm.
I
I mean,
mean,
the only time we ever got like a slowdown was right in the middle of the second act where he meets his dad.
yeah,
That's the only time. I kind of wish he would have stayed in the games a bit more, but they jumped right into the light cycle and got him out of there. Because his dad stayed in the games a bit more in the previous movie, here and there.
yeah,
Of course, he didn't risk himself out like they like his dad did in the original. But that was like a happy accident for his dad.
and the way the second one ended, you could tell they were planning on a sequel.
I will never forgive Disney for that. There's another thing I can't forgive them for either too. and that's the fact that they shut down LucasArts when they know they need Star Wars games to be churning out. So, have you cleared the ads yet?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just like hearing you talk.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, before I go any farther, I'm going to say I like what Disney used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what they've become.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I
And
want to like turn back the hands of time and just relive what Disney used to be, and always and always make these conspiracy theories that they're gonna be the corporate overlords now. Oof, how that aged.
yeah,
That's a big oof. Let me know when you're ready.
yeah. All I'm going. Well, one last thing about Disney before we continue
Mm,
is, I have so many things against them right now, especially those stupid live action remakes.
yeah.
That is going to be a rant for another time.
Oh,
Uh,
check out our villain stream from yesterday. We had a lot to talk about the Cruella movie, and we ain't even seen it.
well, from what I understand, they tried to pull Joker,
Yep, and
but
then
the
was
box
Parada.
office made the joke on them. Yeah, that's a bad laugh.
I'll help you recover.
Yeah,
That's-
apparently it only did 27 million.
here's one thing I failed to bring up in the stream yesterday. I'm like, why is it when these so-called feminist writers try to write these type of films, their go-to template is always Devil's Wear Parada,
I don't
or at
know.
least when they try to make a female-centric story, they always go to Devil's Wear Parada. Even like when Mapacheli brings up when they when Troy mentions Supergirl, she's like, so Devil's Wear Parada, and lo and behold, you get to Maleficent, you get to Cruella, and it's Devil's Wear Parada. I even got that vibe when I watched the trailer, the teaser. I'm like, Devil's Wear Parada every single time. I'm like,
Yeah,
y'all like that movie way too much.
yeah, and another issue I had, well, besides the whole dog trying to humanize a dog
Hmm.
killer, um, there was also the issue where, um, I'm sorry, she looked just so much like Margot Robbie
Hmm.
as Harley Quinn. I actually thought Margot Robbie was playing Cruella.
I know she did not. There were some shots where she looked like Margot Robbie, especially when she was driving. There's a driving scene in that movie where she drives. They're supposed to make her seem like the Disney version of Cruella that drives crazy,
Uh
but it
huh.
just makes her look like Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, and she's got this intense look on her face. I'm like, no, no, Emma, no. You're too adorable to be making that face. I'm sorry, I can't take you. Like I'm supposed to be frightened by that face of yours, but I'm not. I'm actually laughing. You look like Yzma in that one scene where they go down that roller coaster to go to lab, and
Yeah,
and
and from from the reviews I've heard, the ones that actually reviewed it and didn't just say it's the movie that Joker wishes it was.
oh
And I'm
goodness,
thinking,
that's all over Twitter.
yeah, but from my understanding, they didn't just first of all, they ruined Cruella.
Hmm.
Next, they race swapped Roger and Anita,
Hmm.
and also they well, it really makes Cruella look well. They try to make her look good. They just make her look worse. Um,
Hmm.
in Also, they tried to make Dalmatians look evil by having them
Be the
push
reason
her.
why giving
Uh,
them an origin story why she became what she became.
yeah, and ironically, according to this origin story, she's the one that actually gives the Dalmatians that were actually litter mates, that are litter mates now.
Hmm.
Roger and Anita.
They don't even take advantage of that. That's the sad part at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I did lead off in the stream yesterday that the way how they start off with these villain centric stories is that they degrade the heroes just to make the villain look good, whereas later on at the tail end of the stream, I said the only way you can actually make a villain centric movie work is a rise to power storyline, how they became a villain, how they got to that point. What was the cause that got to that point? And very few movies I saw where they did it right.
and I mean, I actually did watch Maleficent, and it really does not uh, work with Sleeping Beauty at all.
Yeah, I also did my I also voiced my rewrite yesterday too, where where if there was only a significant change in how Stefan Geiertz did what he did while still making him look like the good guy in all of it, because that was my biggest issue with that movie, that they outright kept making Stefan the villain.
Yeah,
There's no gratuity, nothing that like every time when we cut back to him, he was going mad, crazy, and I'm like, and all the while we're seeing Maleficent babysit a kid with incompetent fairies, and that was the biggest offense right there. They made the fairies incompetent, and I was
yeah.
like,
Now I will admit, in the original, they weren't too well. I mean, apparently they couldn't make a cake without magic, and they couldn't sew a royal quality dress without magic.
but they still raised the girl like she was their aunts, like that they were their like. That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, you can make that claim, but at the same time, like you mean to tell me these fairies cannot figure out how to feed a baby, or even let
Yeah,
alone watch a baby?
yeah. Now, yeah. I mean, that. Now, the reason I say royal quality dress is, you know, there are certain fabrics that are harder to work with,
Hmm.
silk being one of them, and satins.
Hmm.
So I'm so I am willing to admit that yeah, they probably did have a harder time than they would with plain old cotton.
Yeah, I'll just give you a short synopsis of my outline of how I rewritten that story. Make Stefan a good friend of Maleficent, not a lover like they did in the movie. He wasn't a lover. He was just a good friend that respected the forest and the fairy tale creatures alike. He was a boy that was shielded by them. The king wanted to mine their resources because he's evil, of course. But he worked his way into the ranks, being a knight, right? The
Uh huh.
king orders whomever to slay Maleficent because she's the guardian of the forest. And what he did was we still gonna keep the fact that he drugged her and de-winged her, but he did to show us proof that he killed her. The wings were proof. And by the time he come back to tell her what he had done, she took it as a affront. And with her wings being removed, she was powerless because like an angel, her wings were the source of her power. So she drew her source from hell, another source, and she became Maleficent the way she was. She corrupted the forest. She corrupted the creatures. The fairies left because now she's pervading the forest, and she's lashing out because of what a human did to her.
Yeah,
And it ends on her entering the castle. That's it. Nothing else.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. We
And
don't need her to be the one who breaks her own curse.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need
That's what
her
I'm saying.
to.
Go ahead.
I mean, we don't need her to be the one that secretly raises the daughter of the guy who backstabbed her.
Mm-hmm. Like it's a rise to power. That's basically how it read. A rise to power, a pervasion of power. And people ask me, if people approach me, should I have been the director or the writer? If they approach me, well, shouldn't we get a sequel to that? Like, if you want a sequel, just watch the original Sleeping Beauty. There's your sequel right there.
Yeah.
It's
Now
optional
I'm
if
going
you
to
want to
say that.
link it to my movie. It's optional if you want to, and it's also optional if you don't want to link it if you didn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I'm going to say Joker did do it better. I
Yep,
mean,
that was a rise to power storyline.
yeah. I mean, and without a doubt, he's in the end he is still a villain. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of can sympathize with him a little bit, but at the same time, he's a psychopath. They don't change him. They don't try to make him a good guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's enough story time. Ready?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. What?
I just think you enjoy me as a co-host.
I do.
I got I,
I,
I bring in the wit.
yeah. I still would love to be on one of your streams.
Uh, it really depends on how well you can make the time.
Yeah, that has been the problem.
Because like I said, I think I did mention having you also as a guest on WCR. But I was like, yeah, but my time sucks for her.
Well, now I should be able to make it get it at 5 tomorrow.
hmm Oh,
But
Thursday.
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Parenthood again. We still gotta talk about that.
What?
Parenthood. We're talking about how writers are crapping on parents and how society is crapping on parents now. How they try to rename parents. They're trying to take the word parent, like mother, father, and parent. So in the case of the mother, they're calling it the baby birthing person.
Uh, yeah. If my mom was still alive and someone called her that, and now she was not about a woman, but I think she would have. She actually probably would have knocked some teeth out of that person.
Speaking of which, I need to share Sydney Watson's video about that issue on MeWe. Cause yeah, or like that they're trying to rename breastfeeding chest feeding.
Uh, I know they have problems with breasts, but I'm sorry, they're a thing. Women have them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're being no different than the chauvinists and misogynists.
Yeah.
And the prudes that side eye women that breastfeed in public.
Okay, the next verse is darkest for
Now in my case, whenever time I spot a woman breastfeeding, I don't get disgusted. I'm just like, oh, that's happening, okay, and I move on with my day.
pinnacles.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, like the baby needs feeding. Like that's a mother doing her motherly duties to keep her child well fed. It's either that or get the bottle out, which
Uh-huh.
they're not always receptive to the bottle yet.
I hope he's here. But like Ryo, he's
Oh, you were gonna throw your 2 cents? Go ahead.
Well, I have no issue with it. Um, th- this. I know where I work, we actually do have a special room for breastfeeding mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we have two. We have one for our customers, and we have one for the associates.
Mm-hmm.
and actually it's a pretty nice little room. From what I've seen, I mean, they got a chair, they've got a refrigerator.
They just canceled Jupiter's Legacy. Not that
What?
I care, but yep, it's canceled.
Yeah, you think Sage is still in there?
The show that's on Netflix, that superhero show called Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but it's canceled.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. I don't care, but yep, it's canceled.
Oh, oh, by the way, I know this is going to sound weird, but you might also want to, if you do have a Netflix account, I do recommend Heavenly Officials Blessing.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Heavenly Officials Blessing.
What's that about?
You have this Prince God who is, well, who is going down to Earth, helping, well, solving mysteries.
Hmm.
We're not gonna be dying here.
The animation is just gorgeous, and the action scenes.
I guarantee you one thing.
Speaking of animation, I need to still watch Hilda.
No team of any age is a match for a dark warlord of the Dynasty.
I'll take a look. See.
Though I will warn you, um, the main character is gay. You don't
Okay.
realize it until the end of the first season, but it is done so much better than She-Ra.
Like I said, okay. You just explain me what kind of character he is.
He's very understanding. He's very caring to everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like him being gay has nothing to like if he was revealed to be gay, but at the same time, I'm seeing what he's doing throughout the show. I'm like, and that's how it's supposed to be. Like you're supposed to, character matters first, no matter what orientation you swing. Character above all else. That's why I impart onto my viewers. If you guys gonna write characters like that, the rule is write them as they happen to be, not as they ought to be.
Yeah, that's what I try to do too. Because I actually have written a few gay characters.
Yeah, because in the case of my wolf character Sybil, she's bisexual, but I don't make light of her being bisexual. What I do is I make light of how beautiful she is, and voluptuous and muscular. That's what most people cue in on, is how tall, voluptuous, and muscular she is. Very fit, because she's a fighter first and
Uh-huh.
foremost. But her being bisexual is just an added feature. It's not really like a important thing, important aspect. Which I'm not gonna even put her with that pride stuff that they do with the art. Like, no.
Yeah.
My character being bisexual ain't got nothing to do with her being a character.
Times stronger than I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yeah, it's the same with my characters. Like in my Mermaid of Santa Maria that I'm still working on, I do have two characters. Well, I actually do have a gay couple. One of them is named TJ, and the
Right.
other one is named Chris. And TJ, alright, he was a football player in high school. You know, he's still very much into football. Well, and he was a
Push pause on
handyman
that. Did
for
we
his
lose
grandma.
Matthew Flynn, or is he still in the chat?
I think we did lose him,
Continue.
but
Sorry.
but let's see. He was the handyman for his grandmother's uh, rental property business, but very early in the story, he actually buys it from his grandmother.
Hmm.
there, and we find out. I mentioned that he used to help his grandfather with it as well, and he actually did go to school for business.
Right.
And Chris, on the other hand, I did put Chris in the army, and he actually did go overseas for a while. Well, and they are, but well, and Chris is into the paranormal,
Mm-hmm.
well, as well as history,
Nice.
and oh yeah, he does work at his family's hardware store, and they
Hardware.
both turned out to be kind of big brothers to my main male character, Jaden.
He blinded him.
Yeah. But oh yeah, and Chris does have a twin sister that works with TJ.
Okay.
So
You know what's crazy about the CW shows?
uh
Aside from everything else that's happened within those shows, what I'm saying. Oh, we got an ad. I got an ad.
yeah, same here. But um yeah, let's you mean the fact that that most of the ratings keep going in the toilet and they keep renewing seasons?
Yeah, but one thing I keyed on was that none of the children are allowed to be straight.
Oh.
Like any of the superheroes later children, they're not allowed to be straight. So and this is not a knock on the LGBT, but I'm okay with it. But like when you really look at it, Errol's son is gay, which I would have been I'd be cool with it. Oh, it started. Okay. Pause.
Go ahead.
I want to make sure we're in sync. So I'm at 10:15. Where are you?
I'm at 10:34.
Let me sync up with you real quick. All right, 10:30. Stop. Thank you. All right, we're ready in 3,
2, 1.
And coincidentally, that's where Sage is. Last time I checked.
Now, to meet this pathetic Ronin warrior. Are you afraid of the dark?
That's not me coughing. That's the roommate.
Hey, I actually like that TV show.
The
In the
roommate?
90s. No. No, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh yeah. How about you quiet your mind and listen to him walk?
Yeah, Ryo is not Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. He's a dunce.
Yeah.
The Ronin Warriors will return.
Yeah, this a bit reminds me of when Shuri was blinded in Knights of the Zodiac.
Mm-hmm. Oh, coincidentally, I was actually trying to clear up Saint Seiya.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm in season 3.
Oh.
You know, the show that's not actually edited in any way like Knights of the Zodiac is. They also got a pseudo prequel series called The Lost Canvas, which doesn't focus on Seiya, but his ancestor Tenma. And the Gold Saints are actually more prominent in Lost Canvas than they are in Saint Seiya, which some of
Oh,
the gold cloaks are the gold saints are sometimes evil, sometimes not. It's like a coin toss on who's evil and who's just an a-hole. Whereas the gold saints in Lost Canvas are just basically just knights in a way. They're knights in their own right. Oh, and oh, no one's safe. Anybody can die in Lost Canvas.
oh man.
Yeah, it. Everybody's got the same life expectancy as a character in Attack on Titan. That's
Or
how.
a zombie film.
Say again.
Well, or The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's basically how I can describe everybody's life expectancy in Lost Canvas. Like even the gold saints lose their lives in horrendous ways, but they go out swinging though. I gotta give them that. They go out swinging. That's how I like when characters get kicked off. Like at least if they go out swinging.
Hmm.
My favorite was
I'll be careful.
I'll bet
Uh,
trying
just don't walk off the cliff, Ryo.
to, I'm just gonna say what saint he is. My favorite is always the Taurus Saint, which he's a different character in the original series proper, but he's a badass and his ancestors are badass in Lost Canvas. His technique is Great Horn, where he just doesn't move. Like even if you try to attack him, he's just explosive energy, just raw power. And if you get anywhere near, you're just sent up in the air, and like all that just damage everywhere on you. And he always his fighting style is his fighting style is he stands with his arms crossed, and he's just daring you. Like I like favorite saint ever, that Dragon Saint, who was Tenma's master, kind of like his Obi-Wan in a
Mhm.
way, but he's also cool too. And ooh,
Quiver. That means Sage.
forgot. I think it's Pisces Saint
Where are you?
or Scorpio Saint. He's kind of an a-hole too, but like he's kind of like the rogue of the Gold Saints. But
Yeah.
he
Now
go
he
ahead.
actually does share my birthday.
Oh,
Well, at
nice.
least the one in the original Saint Seiya does.
Yeah. I forgot who's a Gemini Saint in Lost Canvas.
What we have done to the warrior Ryo
Let me
is
see.
our. You won't die now. You will see what happens to Wildfire and Halo.
Oh,
and
Gemini
anyone
Saint
who-
doesn't have a face. Well, he does, but like he's usually seen with a shadow face. Let me see what he looks like in Lost Canvas, because like I said, there are different characters in Lost Canvas.
If I could just see.
Ooh, Asperos, that's his name in Lost Canvas. Let's see, Toro Saint, since I'm on Bing. Aldebaran, that's his name. Almost hard to pronounce sometimes. Aldebaran, that's right. He's my favorite because he's like that big uncle that just solves everything just by with his fists. But he's also like the sort of pseudo granddad that schools the youngins.
Yeah.
He's got that nice personality, and he takes he takes the philosophy of the saints seriously, or a different perspective. Whereas like he knows that he could die one day, but he's willing to take that to his grave. But at the same time, he's willing to school these children, but at the same time protect them
You
in a
and
way.
Halo. I don't think so. Along with these.
So he's kind of like he's basically a Papa Wolf.
Okay. I think they should have spoke or said something before he called out their names.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a minor thing, but we know he's not that great at sensing things.
Last time I checked, that dude was alone. Where them goons come from? How convenient the goons came in. They're playing fast and loose with poison. No snoot, Ryo. Oh yeah, we know what kind of bad guy you is. You pay with your food before you eat it. Oh, you just spell it out for me. At least he's committed to the whole play with your food before you eat it thing.
Yeah, have you ever watched any snake feeding videos?
No. Oh yeah, actually.
Hear me calling. Can't you hear my voice?
Be right back. I gotta use the
What?
bathroom real quick.
Okay, let me
Sorry.
pause it.
I'll pause it too.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know why, but YouTube suggested a video with I forgot what kind of snake it was, but it was a much bigger snake.
Mm,
Versus a copperhead,
okay. All right.
and
I'll be right back. We'll continue this discussion. All right, I'm back. Sorry the bell on you.
okay, but all right, this other snake. Like I said, I forgot what kind it was, but I know it was not poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, you had this it was either a copperhead or a rattlesnake, and
Mm.
you know those are very poisonous, and very deadly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this bigger snake was watching it, and it was basically a dance with the poisonous snake going backwards and the bigger snake going forward until until the poisonous snake made the wrong move, and let's just say it turned out to be dinner. Yeah, and actually, I did get oh, another um, weird, um, recommendation with where someone had this GoPro attached to a drone,
Mm.
and it went in to watch like this whole den of rattlesnakes, and they were like they were seeing in the like the drone, and several of them actually striked it. One of them actually was able to knock it down,
Nice.
and it is just so freaky watching it. I mean, it's like I wanted to turn it off, but I was I just couldn't. I mean,
Yeah. Some.
because where my finger was, there was a snake head. I
Mm.
mean, even though I know it's on a screen, it's just You know,
It's just there. It's just there. It's not pretty. Nature is not pretty to look at, as many people like to
yeah,
say.
yeah, especially when you actually see it striking the camera.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a
that is a
natural reaction on your
natural
part.
jump scare. A
Hmm.
natural jump scare. Okay, you ready? I'm at
Yeah.
1859.
Let me see where I'm at. You said 1859?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ahead of you. 1903.
Okay. Well, close enough. Three, two, one.
Yep. No.
You're wasting your last breath. It must be clear to you that you're at the limit of your resources. So why do you not face your fate now?
Come on, Sage. Without my eyesight, I'd be real bad. You're my last chance.
Ah!
Thank you, Yuli.
Like we can't already see that.
I'm sorry. He's gonna be the next shipper for me if we continue this rewatch. There goes your boy
Yeah.
Sage.
Yeah, I can't help it. I love swords.
Hmm. He lives. How you know that guy? You just met him. You must have heard him.
Yeah, yeah, because I actually assumed that in the first episode because they were introducing themselves that they actually didn't know each other except maybe Rowan and Kento.
Hmm. I'd like to think they're also immortal. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. Well, oh, I just love this attack.
Hmm. Class dismissed.
Well, I didn't really need that beauty sleep, but at least my arm power.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think if they ever decided to remake it, especially this anime, especially in current day, especially if it gets remade in America,
Mm.
Sage is probably going to end up being a girl.
Worse, because he's the way how they designed Sage. He's supposed to be the all American white dude. They're probably gonna race swap him.
Sorry, it caused you so much trouble.
They'll probably just do both.
I know Raul quintessentially is gonna be the Asian. Sai, I think Sai will be the one that gets a gender swap.
Dynasty. But one of the other three
I don't know
And,
because generally it's been the one who's green that gets gender swapped.
yeah, in the case of
I mean,
Legendary Defender.
as well as in the Netflix CGI Knights of the Zodiac.
They did do that, didn't they?
Well, at least the one in green hair. Well, with green hair. Uh,
How
I
far are we
mean,
going again?
oh yeah, I was only going to go to episode 5 tonight.
Okay, I
But
paused
yeah,
it.
now I do realize in the original, well, in the manga as well as in the TV show, it is kind of commented that Shun is very beautiful. that he almost looks like a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then his armor is pink.
Yeah.
But changing, first of all, gender swapping any of these characters, any of the main characters, the main knights, it breaks a lot of the lore
Yeah.
because, especially when you consider the rest of the right, the rest of the female knights, they
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
run, and then the whole thing where, and actually, I think this might have been something only the manga mentioned or the manga mentioned. I don't know why I like to call it manga,
It's a common pronunciation. Don't beat yourself up
but
about it.
but and this was actually mentioned that all the all the kids um that Sienna's grandfather got together, all the
Mm,
boys were half brothers, and he was their father.
right.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, it does not make sense. I mean, I have heard people saying, "Oh, it's fine. He was feminine already."
No. No, it doesn't make it fine. Your mental gymnastics do not make it fine.
And then there was something about the original creator being okay with it, which
Now, I'm not going to dispute that. If the original creator is, now I will say this, if the original creator, if it's confirmed, if the original creator is fine with it, I'm not going to dispute that.
that doesn't make you happy about it.
Yeah, I'm willing to. I'm just saying. Let's just say I'm willing to concede because the creator has a say so. As long as the creator has a say so, or at least an agreeable response to it, then I'm cool with it.
Yeah, the only thing is, I'm not even sure if that's been confirmed, other than he was involved with the animation or the story of the remake.
They're the
And
same animators who did the Ultraman animated. Same animation too.
um, but yeah, obviously what you're saying with Pidge.
Hmm.
Now, now I am going to say in the original series, Pidge did mention having a sister in addition to a brother named Chip.
Hmm.
Now, his sister was never seen on the show.
Right.
I think, but that was a plot point. They did not need to make him his sister. I kind of feel like that's what they kind of intended to mm, do in Legendary Defender.
Now here's the thing where I will throw in. I'll basically be a big owl on this one. For lack of for that kind of phrase. I'll be the big owl on this one. I'm firmly okay with some of the changes that they did with Legendary Defender if you can fit it in universe wise. So Pidge being a girl wasn't really a from the way how they went about it. They didn't make it like an agenda thing. They made it a story thing. Like it wasn't even about her being a girl joining the ranks because you later on you see the women in the military, but she wasn't enlisted basically. She was a stowaway in a way, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the only thing how I can forgive it.
Hmm.
But at the same time,
Even the same
yeah,
thing with Laura. Laura,
yeah,
I remember Sound Engraver having a problem with that. I was like, now, again, like I said, this is where I come to the defense, like Al does. Like in their defense, Allura is an alien this time around in Legendary Defender, not a human that's on a different planet. She's Altean, and from what I've seen from the Altean race, they vary in skin color.
And actually,
You
they
know,
can change their skin color.
I did not know that. I just thought
Yeah,
that was natural.
yeah, they're actually a chameleon race. Is
Ah,
I think how it's described, because there was one point where she was going to pretend to be what was it called, the the um Zarkon's race,
oh, the Galra.
the Gara. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
going to pretend to be a Gara in order to sneak on to a ship or
I
something.
do remember that episode. She did change her look into Galra and wore the outfit. That's where she confronted Hagar when they
Yeah,
when Shiro was fighting Zarkon,
yeah.
I believe.
Wait, She-Ra never fought Sarkon. I think that you're getting your series mixed up.
Shiro, not Shira, Shiro.
Oh no.
Greenie.
Um, to be fair, now I am envisioning the original She-Ra battling Zarkon back when he was a young prince.
Right.
So, uh,
But yeah, that's what I explained to Sandra about. At the same time, I said the only problem I have with the race change is how the viewers reacted to her. And but what I'm saying is that apparently when a black person saw new Alora, automatically that makes her black. And I'm like, no, she's still an alien. She just she's hap she happens to have darker skin. She's not a black person. There is a black character in Legendary Defender later on in the later season, but you cannot latch on to Alora because she's not black. Period.
yeah, the original is still blonde.
Exactly. And blue eyed and fair skin.
Yeah, and also occasionally wears a pink bikini where the top comes off, and you don't get to see anything.
Right.
I'm sorry, that was always played for humor. I know
If
that.
only Nura took the took that mindset when they designed the characters. Unfortunately, that never happened.
Yeah, well, actually, there is a lot of problems with that. Well, with the DreamWorks She-Ra, and the more I find out about the showrunner,
Hmm.
the more I know that girl needs help. Apparently, because I actually did find out that
All of them do.
apparently
All of them.
she,
Truth be
through
told,
some
none of these
time, she is
people should
self
be
harming.
writing. Yeah, I'm just saying, like the more I think about it, I keep finding new ways to describe what they are. Like the stories that they write, diary entries, mostly. They have
It is,
or they have this they talk in blogs basically. They write blogs basically instead of stories. A lot of these characters are voicing their inner thoughts mostly, and not the thoughts of the character themselves.
yeah,
So it's basically them right as many people have said they wrote themselves into the characters or any of the
yeah,
characters they created.
yeah. Now, I'm actually going to give some specific examples. All right. Apparently, Catra's relationship with Adora is supposed to be her relationship with her wife.
Wow.
Yeah, and Glimmer's relationship with Queen Angela, is supposed to also mirror her relationship with her mom. And keep in mind, uh, Queen Angela in in the new She-Ra was basically put in another dimension, soon to be dead. And when Adora is envisioning her perfect world, there is no Queen Angela. Well, she's still stuck.
Wow.
So
Wow. Oh my goodness.
yeah, and not to mention the abuse on Kyle.
Yeah,
And I'm not talking
the
about
the
my
the Tarrant
coworker.
twins. No. I know what you're talking about. The Tarrant twins bring it up a lot in their reviews of the episodes.
Yeah, and I think they did end up dedicating an entire video to Kyle and how
Yeah,
he's supposed to be the everyman. And Stevenson described him as, normally he'd be the one to find the sword and take away
is
the
he meant
glory
to be
from
He-Man?
female characters who are more deserving.
Oh
And I'm,
no.
yeah, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, lady,
You
you're
just
the
hate.
heroine who can't use a sword, who's
Well,
supposed
no.
to have
Here's the thing.
military training, and who is an idiot.
I'm gonna piggyback off of macabre storytelling. They hate women. They just hate women. Period. They try to think that they try to say like they trying to support women, but they hate women. Deep down, they hate women. Because any writer would never write something like that at all. And the whole Angela thing, I I hate to sound morbid on stream, but why do I get the feeling she wants to kill her parents, maybe, or wishes they were gone? To put it more mildly.
I don't know. Apparently she well was raised in a strict Christian household, and with her being a lesbian,
You know, I'm an atheist and I was raised a Christian before, but never would I. Bouncers did not manifest from a hatred towards my parents, nor did it manifest as a hatred towards religion. It was manifested by my imagination and fascination with the furry community. You know, Sybil actually prays to a deity.
hmm
Most of the characters do have religion in the world of Eoth.
hmm
So I'm like, yeah. My first thought of creating Sybil or Bastion, my twins, would never to be make them atheists just like me. Or in the case of this one story I was creating as well during my college years, Art of Sin, starring a demon character. Yes, God exists in that world. I'm not gonna make the demon character suddenly be an atheist when he exists and heaven exists, bar none. Not even the other story that I still want to get started, which is essentially Star Wars and Star Fox mixed together, which I call it Not Your Heroes. Is the project name, not the actual title. Even the characters that I have, the siblings have a god to pray to. Just saying, or they have a hero to worship.
I was going to say that it's just creepy that she may want to hurt her mom, and that it's being
That
expressed
yeah,
on in a children's cartoon.
or worse, her wife.
Actually, part of her problem, I think, is her wife. I'll probably, and I'm gonna, well, because they do have an open relationship, and her wife is bisexual.
Those usually never work out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. The first is a major red flag, and
Yeah, just
actually,
the fact there's an open relationship like that. Like those are you have to be a very you have to come with that mindset prior to that relationship in order for that to work. But it screams that they decided on that because she discovered that her lover is bisexual,
Yeah,
and
and
I don't think that's gonna last.
well, apparently, like when Stevenson started self-harming, it wasn't her wife that was encouraging her to get therapy and help. It was actually at least some of the members of the She-Ra crew.
Okay.
Uh, Now, I don't know if that's really done any good for Stevenson, but uh, who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, I hope she gets help. But I'm saying, going by what I've seen, what Catra did to Adora throughout that series, I didn't get that far. I stopped at season 3. But like, if that's supposed to be a representation of her relationship with her wife, I'm like, yeah, go get help, and then
Yeah,
later get a divorce. I know it's
I'm actually
expensive,
going to
but get it.
say that if you're in this community and I'd actually be embarrassed for that figure representation just because it's that toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, um, Heavenly Official's Blessing. Not only is the action and animation better, but even the representation is better.
What show? What series?
I already mentioned it.
Oh,
Heavenly Official's Blessing.
okay. Yeah.
I am going to warn
I'm
you
just.
that one is very dark too. Okay.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I survived Invincible and Primal.
Uh, okay. Well, I
And
think that's it.
Above Zeus.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for this session. Mm. Next
Yeah.
time, I wanted to do episodes 6 to 10.
Sign me up.
I'm trying.
Hopefully I won't be late this time.
Okay, I'm trying to think how far that goes because we still got to free Kento. Well, actually, I think we free
Right.
Sai first, and then Kento. They do struggle with Rowan. I think that one takes about 3 episodes
Right.
for obvious reasons.
For what I just spoiled earlier.
Yeah, so I think
Which you
that,
can't really count as spoiler because if you guys were following along watching the episodes, you seen where he went. It's not really a spoiler.
but yeah, I think episode 10 is where they save Rowan.
Yeah. And now they gotta go. They go. They. That's one thing I also loved about Ronin Warriors. Once they got the team together, they go straight to Tampa. There's no lollygagging. Like, well, we'll get there when we cross that bridge.
Yeah.
But I like that one. Unless there was some more stuff that they added that took too long, like filler episodes that thankfully the American release cut out for time.
Mm,
But yeah, if I
I think
recall, they go straight for Tampa once they get the crew together.
yeah. Now I know there are quite a few episodes between when they when they get the crew together. They decide they're going to go after Tulpa. Um, but and then when they finally defeat him. Yep. I think that is. Hold on a second. Um,
And then they
um,
deal with Best Girl.
yeah, I think. Yeah, I think they. All right, I think they defeat him in episode 19. So after
Hmm.
that, we'll still have about 20 episodes left. So
Right. Well, that's all I gotta say for now. Till we get
okay,
there.
Okay. So until next time, guys, guys, keep enjoying the anime and the stories you love, as well as the video games. What do you say, Wolfie?
Belgene!
Uh,
The power